Geobyte.
Hello friends, welcome to the Geobyte. In this video, let us discuss the solutions for the previous ESET problems given for the subject Engineering Mechanics. Dear friends, believe me, in the ESET exam, in general the questions are repeating. Therefore, you treat each and every problem we are going to discuss in this video is equally important. I have selected 10 problems for you in the engineering mechanics. You please watch all these problems. After listening all these problems, you go for practice. While you are practicing, if you find any difficulty, you please ask or you please send your doubts to the Geobyte. Definitely I will answer all your doubts. Look at the very first problem. This is given in 2020 in Telangana ESET. Look at the very first problem. Very first problem connected to Lamè's theorem. According to Lamè's theorem, a body is in equilibrium condition if each force among three are proportional to sine of the angle between the other two. Different forces are given. Option A, coplanar, collinear forces, collinear non-concurrent forces, coplanar non-concurrent forces, coplanar and concurrent forces. Before going to select the answer for this problem, let me explain briefly the meaning of coplanar force, collinear force and concurrent force. Dear friends, coplanar force means coplanar forces means all the forces are on the same plane or on the same plane. That means all the forces are acting on the same plane. Next, collinear forces means all the forces are on the same line. All the forces are acting on the same line means it is like this. This is one force, the other force, one more force like this. These are all the different forces like F1, F2, F3, F4. All these are acting in the same line of action. Now come to the concurrent forces. Concurrent forces means all the forces are acting from a particular point. All the forces are from a common point, from a common point. All the forces are acting from a common point. It is like this. This is the point from which the force is F1, another force F2, one more force F3, one more force F4. Like this, different forces are acting from a particular point. This kind of force mechanism is called concurrent force mechanism. Now come to the Lamè's theorem. Lamè's theorem states that Lamè's theorem states that if three forces are acting at a point and are in equilibrium and are in equilibrium, comma, each force is proportional to sine of the angle between other two forces. That is the Lami's theorem statement or Lami's statement. It is like this. Let us take a point. From that point, a force is acting like this. Let that is P. One more force may be like this. Let that is Q. And other force may be like this. That is R. Now, angle between the Q and R is alpha. That is exactly opposite to P. Angle between the R and P is beta. And angle between the P and Q is gamma. Then Lami's theorem states that the P is proportional to sine of the angle between other two forces. What is the angle between the other two forces for the P? Alpha. So P is proportional to sine alpha. Similarly, Q is proportional to sine beta. R is proportional to sine gamma. Therefore, I can write that P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. This is the Lami's equation. Lami's equation. Anyhow, for this Lami's equation, three forces are on same plane. Look at the diagram. Same plane means coplanar forces. And that too, the three forces are acting from a particular point. Three forces are from a common point. Common point means concurrent. It is concurrent forces. So combine these two, the Lami's theorem for coplanar and concurrent forces. That is the answer. Lami's theorem is for coplanar and concurrent forces. Now let us go for the options. Look at the options. Option A, coplanar and collinear, no. Option B, collinear and non-concurrent, no. Option C, coplanar non-concurrent, no. Option D, coplanar concurrent forces. Absolutely correct. I hope all of you clearly understood. Let us go for the next problem. Look at the second problem. It is difficult to put a cycle into motion than to maintain the motion because of limiting friction. You know, there is always some frictional force between the contact surfaces. It is like this. Let this is the base. And we are placing a body like this. We are applying the external force like this. Exactly opposite to external force, the frictional force is acting. That frictional force can be called as limiting force of friction if external force is more than the frictional force, then only the body starts to move. Therefore, the body starts to move only when the external force is more than limiting force of friction. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. I hope you clearly got my point. Let us take the next problem. Look at the third problem. Which of the following needs to zero for perfect equilibrium? For a perfect equilibrium, remember algebraic sum of horizontal component of forces must be equal to 0. Algebraic sum of vertical component of forces must be equal to 0. Algebraic sum of horizontal moments must be equal to 0. Algebraic sum of vertical moments must be equal to 0. So these are the conditions for equilibrium. Conditions for equilibrium. Conditions for equilibrium. Now look at the options. Algebraic sum of force equal to 0, moments equal to 0, but theta need not be equal to 0. So A is not correct, B is not correct, C is not correct, because for all these cases algebraic sum of angles equal to 0 need not be. Look at the option D. Algebraic sum of forces equal to 0, algebraic sum of moments equal to 0, algebraic sum of angles need not be equal to 0. Therefore option D is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us take the next problem. Look at the fourth problem. It is given in 2020 Telangana ESET exam. Look at the problem. If two forces each equal to P in magnitude acts at right angles, it is like this. Two forces. This may be the one force P, the other force Q. This Q itself equal to P. Two equal forces. The angle between them is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Then, okay, their effect may be neutralized by a third force acting along their bisector in the opposite direction with a magnitude of. Indirectly, you are asked to decide the resultant force. This is the resultant force. This resultant force R is how much in terms of P? Resultant force R equal to root under P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. For this case, angle between the two forces alpha equal to 90 degrees. If alpha equal to 90 degrees, cos 90 degrees equal to 0. Therefore, this quantity is becoming 0. R equal to root under P square plus Q itself equal to P plus P square. It is equal to root under 2P square can be written as P root 2. P root 2. So anyhow it is root 2 into P. That is the resultant force. Now look at the options. Look at the last option. Last option is the absolute correct answer. I hope you clearly got my point. This problem is very important problem. That's why I am marking this problem as 5-star problem. 5-star problem means the most expected problem. Let us go for the next problem. Look at the fifth problem. D'Alembert's principle is used for option A, reducing the problem of kinematics to equivalent static problem. It is absolutely correct answer. So D'Alembert principle is used for reducing the problem of kinematics to equivalent static problem. So therefore option A itself is correct. Now what is the D'Alembert's principle? Force F equal to ma according to Newton's second law. Newton's second law. According to the D'Alemberts, according to D'Alemberts, F is the external force, and MA be the inertia force. Then the D'Alembert says that F minus MA is equal to 0. This F is the external force. And MA be the inertia force. Anyhow, the D'Alembert principle is reducing the problem of kinematics to equivalent to static problem. Let us go for the next problem. Look at the sixth problem. What is applied on cap while opening the cap of a toothpaste tube? Dear friends, the toothpaste may be looking like this. This is the toothpaste. This is the cap. What we are doing? We are holding one side and rotating other side like this. So by the time we are holding one side, while the other side is rotating, other side cap is rotating, this side we are rotating the cap, but this side we are holding to have the resisting force exactly opposite. Therefore, a couple is developed. While you are opening the cap of the toothpaste tube. So the couple is like this. Let the bar. If you apply the force like this, F, right, then this body is trying to move like this. Now the force on the other side is like this. So this is the other side force F. So because of this, a couple is developed. I hope you clearly got my point. A couple is developed while you are opening the cap of the toothpaste tube. Option C is absolutely correct. Let us go for the next problem. Look at the seventh problem. Degradation of mechanical properties leading to failure of component due to cyclic loading is called fatigue. The failure of the material due to repeated and reversal forces is called fatigue. The definition is like this. The failure of material due to repeated and reversal forces is called fatigue. I hope you got the answer. Let's go for the next problem. Look at the eighth problem. A block weighing 100 newtons resting on a horizontal rough surface with coefficient of friction 0.1. The frictional force would be, it is like this. Let the base upon which the weight may be lying like this. The weight is passing through the center of gravity. That weight equal to mg equal to 100 newtons. Coefficient of friction mu is given. Coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.1. The frictional force would be, as you know, frictional force. Frictional force F suffix F equal to mu mg. Mu mg. Mu is 0.1, mg is weight, 100. It is equal to 10 newtons. Therefore, the frictional force equal to 10 newtons. Option D is absolutely correct answer. I hope you got my point. Let us take the next problem. Look at the ninth problem. The kinetic energy of a body becomes 4 times the initial value. Then the momentum will be. It is like this. Let us assume m equal to mass of the body, and v equal to velocity of the body. Then kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Now here momentum equal to product of mass and velocity. एक minute, let me write clearly. Momentum equal to product of mass and velocity. Now let us write the kinetic energy in terms of momentum, because it is asked the relation between the momentum and kinetic energy. So for that, kinetic energy Ke equal to half into m into v square. Let us multiply and divide it by m on the right side of the kinetic energy. From this I can write that kinetic energy, एक minute. From this I can write that kinetic energy equal to 1 by 2m into m square into v square. If I assume the momentum is some p, momentum is denoted by p, then it can be written as 2 times the mass into kinetic energy is equal to square of the momentum, mv whole square. We are assuming mv equal to momentum denoted by p. So here 2m into kinetic energy is equal to p square, or p equal to root over 2 into m into kinetic energy. Since mass remains constant, m equal to mass, it is remaining constant. Mass remains constant, 2 also constant. The product of 2m is also a constant. Therefore, the momentum is proportional to kinetic energy. Therefore, momentum at state 1 divided by momentum at state 2 is equal to here momentum is proportional to root over kinetic energy. Printing mistake. So momentum at state 1 by momentum at state 2 equal to root over kinetic energy at state 1 by root over kinetic energy at state 2. So momentum at state 1 by momentum at state 2 equal to, it can be written as kinetic energy at state 1 divided by, what is the relation between the two kinetic energies? The kinetic energy of the body becomes 4 times the initial value. That means final kinetic energy at state 2 equal to 4 times the kinetic energy at state 1. At state 1, 4 times the kinetic energy at state 1. So finally it is kinetic energy is cancelled, root over 1 by 4 equal to 1 by 2. So the momentum at state 1 by momentum at state 2 equal to 1 by 2. Therefore momentum at state 2 equal to 2 times the momentum at state 1. That is the answer. By the time the kinetic energy is becoming 4 times, the momentum is becoming double. Look at the answers. Unchanged, 4 times the initial value, no. Twice the initial value, absolutely correct. I hope you clearly got my point. Let's take the last problem. Look at the last problem. A ping pong ball is kept in a spherical bowl. The ball is in definitely stable equilibrium. It is given like this. Spherical 1. The ping pong ball is kept in a spherical bowl. The spherical ball may be like this. And ping pong ball may be kept like this. Now this ball is under stable equilibrium. This is the ping pong ball. This is the spherical bowl. Spherical bowl. At this condition, the ball is exactly under stable equilibrium. Therefore, option A itself is absolutely correct. Dear friends, I hope you clearly understood all these problems. You please go through practice once again, because practice is very important to get success in the competitive exam. Therefore, you please practice and practice. While you are practicing, if you find any difficulty, you please send all your doubts to GeoByte. Definitely, the GeoByte team will answer all your questions. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel called GeoByte. Have a great day.
GeoByte.